Masato Yusuke fills out a questionnaire claiming that his relationship with his mother Mamiko is average. Masumi Shuri's from the cabinet office informs Masato that he will begin a new life within a video game. Mamiko, on the other hand, is transported alongside him after entering the fantasy world. The King registers them as normal hero and normal hero's mother, explaining that they were chosen based on Masato's questionnaire and transported inside the game using unexplained technology. Masato is given the option of selecting a sword and he chooses Firmament Holy Sword of the Great Heavens, while Mamiko chooses to swords Terra the Matter Holy Sword of Mother Earth and Altura Holy Sword of Mother Ocean, with the intention of using them as kitchen knives. Mamiko is clearly more powerful than Masato, and she admits Shuri sent her with him for a secret reason. They begin in the Kingdom of Mammalia, at the Adventurers Guild, where the desk assistant Shuri resembles cherries from the cabinet office in appearance and behavior. When Masato hires 3 girls, Mamiko decides to interview them to determine which one will be a suitable future bride. Masato's chosen girls are rejected by Mamiko. Instead, she enlists the help of Porta, a merchant and craftswoman. Masato then tries to reject Wise, a sage with healing and combat magic as well as a difficult personality, so she teleports them away as punishment. Wise explains that the game is a mother's massively maternal multiplayer with the goal of improving the mother and child relationship. In order to return home, Wise explains that her relationship with her mother is so bad and she wishes for Mamiko to adopt her instead. Shira Race teaches Mamiko how to find Masato, after which Wise is imprisoned. Mamiko promises to assist Wise and her mother in the irreconciliation. They decide to conquer a dungeon. She defeats several slimes, leveling up, but her clothes are dissolved despite her nakedness. Mamiko defeats the slimes, revealing a coffin containing another Charis. After Wise resurrects her, she reveals herself to be Shirazi, the mysterious nun, and gives them a new quest. The party goes shopping for equipment in order to prepare for their quest. Masato becomes irritated with Mamiko and snaps at her, but quickly feels guilty and Mamiko forgives him. The chief of Mammon Village explains that the Empress of Night has demanded an attractive man, and asks Masato to defeat her. Masato relaxes in a hot spring only to be joined by Mamiko, Porta, and Wise, who reveals she knows something about the Empress. She then inadvertently exposes her nudity to Masato. Shirazi meanwhile informs the Empress that she has broken too many rules. The Empress, on the other hand, murders Shuri's. Wise tells Masato that she will face the Empress alone, and Masato tries to stop her, still naked, from the hot spring. Wise admits that the Empress is her self-centered mother, who forced her into the game and then abandoned her after she realized she could use her magic to establish a new life in the game with money and young men. Wise claims she doesn't care anymore, but Mamiko knows she's lying and proves it by hugging Wise, who admits the hug feels strange because it doesn't come from her mother. Shirazi is resurrected by the party, who reveals that the Empress, real name Kazuno, is suspected of cheating. Kazuno immediately begins a fight by summoning a white room. Masato notices she is employing a hacking tool. Kazuno reveals that she intends to use it in the real world to hack her way to wealth and power. Kazuno then refuses to listen to Wise because she is still irritated. Mamiko enters the room unexpectedly. Masato uses one of Porta's tools to seal Kazuno's magic. After realizing he is a sage, likewise, Kazuno is overwhelmed and defeated, but Wise catches her before she falls and begs them to reconcile. Kazuno reverts to her true form only to start arguing with Wise. Wei Cheris accepts this as a sign of them reconciling and clearing the game, allowing Kazuno to log out. Wise, on the other hand, chooses to stay with Masato, claiming she only wants to help the party for fun. Masato decides to gain experience by enrolling in the Lover's Lane Academy. There he meets fellow student and Mijmed High, as well as her domineering mother met him, who constantly boasts about Medhai's abilities. Neta Mama insists on attending the lesson in order to keep Med High as the Strongest student correct answers aren't experience points, but everyone is sabotaged by Medi Mama, by Sabotag. In others, Med Emma claims to be the greatest parent in the world. Med Hai, on the other hand, does not appear to agree. Mamiko disguises herself as a student and infiltrates the school with Shuri's. The principal Mamiko sits in on the next class with Medi Mama, who is surprised that Mamiko is more concerned with her child making friends than with acing the class. Medi Mama tries to sabotage the class once more, but Mamiko's mother's sharing skill cancels her spells. Nadai laughs at her mother's failure. Mamiko ends up answering all of the questions herself and wins the class. Masato has developed feelings F or Medhai. Meanwhile, Medimama starts a one-sided feud with Mamiko. Masato notices Medhai making quiet, disparaging remarks about Medimama. Medimama appears in a scandalous bikini and swimming class, but is easily outdone by Mamiko in a school swimsuit, infuriating her even more. Warriors like Wise and Asato are told to defeat sea monsters in the pool, while crafters like Porta collect the drop items. Mamiko yells encouragement while Medimama yells criticism. Venhai loses confidence and gives up, so a monster captures Mamiko and she beats it with her Mother Ocean sword, allowing Masato to kill it. Otto takes first place and receives a bear hug from Mamiko, while Minamama slaps Medhai for failing. Visato tries to console her, but she flees, and Masato and Mamiko later see Medhai kicking a wall, furiously swearing and wishing that Imama was dead. For experience points, the Academy announces a festival that students must plan with their parents. That Imam decides to open her own cafe in response to Mamiko's suggestion. Medhai later approaches Masato to express her regret for her mother's behavior. Mamiko's cafe is an instant success, whereas many Mamas is overlooked. She strips Medhai naked in order to attract customers, but when Masato notices this, Medimama murders him after being revived. Masato confronts Medimama, who demands that they compete in a waitress beauty contest. Medhai wins the competition, but Mamiko goes on stage to speak with Wise and accidentally defeats Medhai. The Sodo flees wit Medai, preventing Mir Mama from punishing her. Medhai admits that all she wants to do is have fun, but she has no friends because of Mir Mama. Masato, Wise, and Poor to make the decision to be her friends. When Medimama notices this, she attacks Medhai, calling her a terrible excuse for a daughter, but Mako stops her. Medimama admits that she only pushes Medhai to be the best, so that she can claim to be the best mother. Medhai erupts in rage and transforms into a dragon. Upon hearing this admission, Medimama attempts to blame Masato and assaults him, but Mamiko intervenes. Medhai drains all of Wise's magic and debates with Masato about his wonderful mother made him. Mama tries to apologize after realizing she has been selfish, but Medhai attacks her. Medhai then takes Medimama's staff and wraps herself in a protective shell. Medhai transforms back into a human after Mamiko breaks the staff. Medimama apprehends her and the two reconcile. Medimama decides to log out at the Academy's graduation party, but Medhai decides to stay and become the party's healer. Masato discovers a flyer for a new tower dungeon that offers a single wish as its final prize and decides to invade it. They go to town and see that the area is filled with angry mothers. They find charades nearby in a coffin. She informs them that she has no knowledge of the tower and that she suspects someone is attempting to sabotage the game on the first few floors of the tower. They meet Amonti, a member of the anti-mother party rival M. Asato decides to defeat rival and return the members to their parents, because they cannot allow delinquents to obtain the wish. Sure, as he suggests forming a guild in order to be strong enough to defeat the tower. They take over an old guild home. Otto, Medhai, and Portico shopping for building mate Riles to repair the guild, only to be joined by Amonti. She tries to insult them, but Medhai brings out her dark side, so Amonti confesses that she sent an assassin to their new guild. Masato rushes back to the guild only to discover Mamiko about to hand over all of their money to a disguised assassin. The assassin flees, leaving behind a bomb which Mamiko disarms with the skill mother's head patch. Amanti appears and demands to know why her bomb did not explode, but she flees when she sees Mamiko the assassin and his team reveal that they planted bombs throughout the city and intend to detonate them. Unless the girls serve them as maids, their interaction with Mamiko, on the other hand, reminds them of their mothers. Finally, they agree to take down the bombs and apologize to their mothers. Mamiko insists on everyone sharing a hot spring to plan their next move, but Amanti bursts in, enraged at the loss of her assassins. She becomes embarrassed, however, when she sees the girls naked in the bath with Masato. Shirazi arrives at the guild accompanied by all the mothers, who volunteered to join their guild and clear the tower in exchange for the return of 3 of their sons. Amanti plants bombs in the tower in order to kill them all, but when the mothers are late, she accidentally blows herself up by falling down the stairs. The group eventually makes it inside the tower. They make it to the next floor by climbing the rubble left by Amanti's explosion, which irritates Amanti. She teleports to another floor and sets a trap to electrocute anyone who uses metal weapons, but accidentally electrocutes herself. Amanti, who is completely disheveled and frustrated, challenges Mamiko to a competition to prove she doesn't need a mother. Amanti flees again after Mamiko easily wins both a dishwashing and a laundry competition. On the 90th floor, they come across a trap that strips their armor, exposing everyone and their mothers in underwear. Masato is mortified to see Mamiko in her underwear. Amanti, also in her underwear, reveals that she turned all the children into monsters and amplified their rage so that they will attack their mothers. Led High and Wise use magic to confuse the monsters, while Mamiko uses her skillful mom to clothe the mothers in armor in order to find out why their children are unhappy. With the children reconciled with their mothers and life returning to normal, the assassin reveals that Amanti's wish is to rid the world of all mothers. The group rushes to the 100th floor and becomes separated mess. Otto is attacked by imposter Mamikos, but saved by the real one. They are later reunited with Wise, Medhai, and Porta. Amanti defeats the boss and then decides to take on Mamiko. She reveals that her constant rejection of mothers resulted in the development of a disobedience skill that reflects all magical attacks. She then mentions Masato's inability to have the adventures and romance he desired. Masato admits that while this is correct, he still wants to go on adventures with Mamiko. Amanti claims she despises all mothers, so Mamiko employs a greater skill injuring but not defeating her. Amanti rushes to claim the wish, so Masato blurts out something Amanti wished for: fresh eggs. Amanti's wish is denied and she flees. Cheers later reveals that Amanti dropped a dark crystal that was identical to the crystals used to corrupt Wise and Medi's mothers. She also reveals that Rival is made up of fiends, and that now that Amanti has been defeated, there are 3 more fiends to defeat, which she assigns as their next quest. Masato admits that this isn't just his adventure, it belongs to him. And Mimako, like and subscribe. See you on the next one.